everyone. So I had a fun idea for a video. It's been a goal of mine to just start cooking more. Not necessarily healthy per se, but just like have something prepared and ready for Nate and Naomi more often than not. Just because I feel like Nate does a lot. Let's be real, he does like a lot. So this is just one more thing that I enjoy cooking, and I haven't really been able to do a lot of it since Naomi was born, and I just want to like get back into it and like, you know, take a little something off his plate. He always has food ready for me when I get home when I work, and a lot of times even when I'm not working, he still kind of gets stuff. So anyway, I thought it would be fun to do some cooking videos and just share with you guys some of my favorite tried and true recipes that my husband loves and that I've made multiple times, and that's always a hit. I go for relatively easy. I'm not a chef. I will always put in the comment or the description bar where I got these recipes. I'm not smart enough or that much of a cook yet that I'm like making up recipes on my own. No, I am not. But I will always give credit where credit is due and tell you where I found these recipes so that you can find them if you want any more details. This recipe today that I'm going to be doing is green chili enchiladas. So basic and not difficult whatsoever, but every time I make it, Nate comments on how good they are, and they really, really are really good. And that's not common. He doesn't, I always am like, before he even like puts the spoon to his mouth, I'm like, is it delicious? Is it the best thing you've ever tasted? Okay, so let's get started. The basic ingredients is Monterey Jack cheese, shredded. Shredded chicken. So my favorite thing to do is buy a rotisserie chicken and then just shred it. It makes it really easy. That way I don't have to add an additional step of cooking a chicken. It's so easy. So when I'm feeling lazy, I just buy a rotisserie chicken and shred it up. We have green chili enchilada sauce and some diced green chilies that we'll be using, and then corn tortillas. If I'm at a Mexican restaurant and I'm getting tortillas and I have my choice of corn or flour, you're wrong if you just want corn tortillas. Flour's where it's at. But in this recipe, I feel like it would not be as good with flour. So yes, I said it. Something's going wrong in the world out there because I just said that. But I really do think that the corn tortillas in this recipe is what makes it good. So I'm gonna start by combining my shredded chicken that I already have shredded up in a large bowl, mixing bowl. This is like the nicest setup that I could come up with for a cooking video. If you guys saw what it really looked like after I cook, maybe that's the reason I don't cook as much, because the cleanup takes even longer than the recipe. I just make it look like a tornado. I don't understand how people can cook and not have it look like earthquake just shook the whole house. Okay, so I put my chicken in the bowl. I'm gonna combine 1 cup of shredded Monterey Jack with the chicken. And if you feel like eating a little bit while you go, it's okay. You're not cooking for the queen. Then I'm going to add in some green chilies. This is just a 4.5 ounce can of green chilies. And look at me, I'm using the old school can opener because I'm pretty sure the one we registered for, how long have I been married? 7 years ago, in the ancient times, broke. I just feel like a old timer. So give the bowls your chilies. I swear. Anyone out there agree with me that I feel like you should be able to register again after being married like 10 years? 10, 15, whatever you want to say. I feel like I should be able to register again, and I'll throw a big party for everyone. Like I'll throw a big reception, vow renewal type thing, but I want to register again because I was 21 when I got married. I didn't know what the heck I didn't know what a can opener was. I was an infant. So cheese, green chilies, chicken, salt and pepper. Just no need to measure anything. I don't do a lot of salt. I'm a cardiac nurse, you guys. Too many people with heart failure. You're gonna mix all of that up. The green chilies give it a little bit of wetness. And then while I was doing this, I had some green chili enchilada sauce on the stovetop, and I brought it to a boil. I have my green chili enchilada sauce boiling. I just used the old El Paso I'm basically Rachel Ray. I don't really know my setup, if you're gonna be able to see this setup here that I have, but I have like a little station. So what the recipe calls to do is they want you to dip each corn tortilla in the hot sauce to soften it. Then we're gonna put our chicken mixture and sour cream in a tortilla, roll it up, and put it in a pan. It's as simple as that, but that's what I'm going to be doing. I dip it to soften it up, and then I put it on a plate because it's gonna be hot. Put my chicken mixture in there. And you guys, don't worry, I washed my hands. Once again, this is not for the queen. If you don't get your hands messy when making enchiladas, lasagna, meatloaf, then you're doing it wrong. All right, one down. Making enchiladas, I guess like that's actually kind of time consuming when I said easy, but I feel like these are probably like the easiest enchiladas. There's not much inside them. There's really not much there's not a ton of steps that you have to do. So once you get going, it's not that bad. One time, we had a church group like a few years ago, and we were hosting it, and I decided to fix everyone dinner, lasagna. Sorry about this. Anyway, and I decided to make for the first time. I'd never made it before, and if anyone out there has Pioneer Woman recipes, they're amazingly delicious, but they're quite a lot of steps and quite a lot of ingredients, And so I decided to just make a Pioneer Woman enchiladas for the first time when I had people coming over to my house, and I ended up crying. Okay, so I did these in I don't know what this is, 8x8. 8x8, I think that's right. Anyway, just a disposable baking pan. I know for sure that these do great making ahead of time. You can make them ahead of time and leave them in the fridge probably for a couple days prior if you're making them for later in the week. And they also freeze really good. They taste amazing. I've made them multiple times before. When I actually had Naomi, I did a ton of like freezer meals, or before I had her, I did a ton of freezer meals, stocked up the freezer in the fridge so we had a ton of meals ready to go and didn't have to take time and cook. And this recipe was one of the ones that really was my favorites as far as the freezer meals and how they tasted after that. Usually after I have them all assembled, I'll put extra Monterey Jack shredded on top and then pour a little bit of extra sauce on them, and they're good to go. So if you do freeze them, you want to use them, take them out of the freezer, put them in the fridge for about 24 hours before you bake them. That way they can thaw in the fridge. If you are making them right before baking them, add your toppings, and they bake in the oven 350 for 20 minutes, and they're so delicious. And put a side of rice with this, side of refried beans, Chef Boyardee. Thank you guys for watching. I plan on doing a few of these videos, so if you like them and you think they're fun and you want more easy recipes for you and your family, then let me know. Make sure to subscribe and thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys. Guys, these lights are really bright. If I go to a restaurant, if I'm at a Mexican restaurant, I almost just sucked that sour cream. It's disgusting.